Welcome back to Cooking with Tris, real food for real people. Today we're cooking my absolute favourite vegetarian dish. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's vegan, so that makes it even better in my eyes. What are we making? We are making Chana Masala, or curried chickpeas. Now, I love this dish. Not only is it packed full of flavours, spices, fresh vegetables, it packs a real punch on flavour, but it's a great alternative to meat. This is something that's perfect during the week if you want a couple of nights out, say, where you just, cut the meat out. This is going to be the perfect dish to add in there. It's just as satisfying, it's just as filling, and trust me, as a kind of card-carrying meat eater, it's something that I really, genuinely enjoy eating. I've got to say, stick my hands up, we're not going for authenticity here. It's not sort of following an authentic dish, or it's not something that, is completely Indian or from wherever. It's my take on this dish. But that said, I think it's still really good. So what's in it? Well, first of all, we've got 700 grams of chickpeas here, just in brine. We've got 3 tomatoes, which we're going to chop up. We've got 3 onions, and we've got a red pepper here. Any pepper will do, it's completely fine. And then we've got a big bunch of coriander. We've got about 60 or 70 grams of ginger, a couple of garlic cloves, and then spice-wise, we have got 1 heaped tablespoon of cumin. We've got 1 heaped tablespoon of garam masala, and then we've got 1 heaped tablespoon of tandoori spice mix. So as I say, we're not going for authenticity here. These are the spices that I found work really well here. We've also got salt and pepper, and then to finish it off, to lift it up a bit, we've also got 30 grams of creamed coconut. So that's it. It's really good served with rice, but today I'm going to be serving it with some of my flatbread. Watch one of the earlier videos to know how to make this. It goes really well, but rice or bread is perfect. Just to make it all in the one pan. Really easy to make, slow cooked, takes about an hour, say. So really, piece of cake to make. I think you're going to really enjoy it. Okay, so I'm going to chop up this veg, and I'll be back with you in just a second. Okay, that's done. I have roughly chopped up the onions. I've roughly chopped up the tomatoes, and you guessed it, I've roughly chopped up the peppers as well. With the coriander, I've just chopped it up, leaves and stalks and all. We're just going to put that in at the end for a real boost of flavour. And then the same with the ginger. Just roughly chop this up as well. We're going to use half of this right at the start, and then again right at the end we're just going to add the other half in with the coriander to give it that real burst of flavour. And that's it. I would say this amount of ingredients will serve 4 people really well, or 6 people at a stretch, especially if you make rice and bread with it. Okay, that's it. Let's get cooking. Okay, let's start cooking. Right, I have some little bit of oil in this big old pot. It's been heating away for just a couple of minutes. So I'm just going to add in, straight away, add garlic. Just drop that all in there, like so. Next, I'm going to add half of our ginger. Just a little bit of a stir around. And then I'm just going to go straight in with our spices. So I've got a tandoori spice mix, I've got a cumin, and then a garam masala. So just all in there. Just going to give this a bit of a shake around and just move it around the pan a little bit. So all the garlic and the ginger are covered with those spices. I'm just going to let that bit, I suppose. Really just brings out that flavour, toasts up those spices a bit, and yeah, just starts doing its thing. Then next, just going to whack in our coconut and let that sort of just melt away here. So I'm just going to leave this over a high heat, starting to fry it there, just for, I would say, a minute, to let the coconut melt in there and let the spices sort of just really come out of themselves and merge together. So we're going to leave that for about a minute, and then we'll add in our onions. Okay, so it's been about a minute now. The spices have really done their thing, they've all come together, the coconut has melted, and it's smelling absolutely fantastic. To that, we're going to put our our onions straight in, and then I'm just going to give them a good stir around, and I want to get them completely coated with all this kind of spice mix. Now what we want to do here, rather than sort of brown the onions off, I just want to sweat them down a bit. So once I've covered this over, covered them round, I am, like so, I am going to cover this over with the lid. I'm going to keep it on this kind of heat, and we're just going to let that steam for about 2 minutes. Those onions are going to sweat down, but they're not going to brown particularly, and they're going to absorb all the flavour of the spices, of the ginger and of the garlic. If you wanted to make this a bit spicier, now you could add a bit of hot chili powder or some chili sauce to it, but I think today I'm not feeling that adventurous, so I'm not going to add anything. I'm just going to let it do its thing, and yeah, we'll give that 2 minutes. 2 minutes later, here we go. So, brilliant. As you can see, the onions, all the steam's come out, the onions have really sweated down. They've caught a little bit on the bottom with the spices, but that's okay, because once we add some liquid in there, all the caramelisation, all the spices stuck on the bottom there will, you know, just absorb into the sauce. So, really happy with that. Again, the smell of this is divine. It's lovely. So next, we're just going to add all our chickpeas. We're going to keep this heat on. It's absolutely fine. Straight in. Again, give them a good stir around. Use the bottom of the spoon if you want to pick up the things that have been stuck on the bottom there. It's all good. And then, once everything is really nice and covered, we're going to add in a red pepper, like so, and again, you guessed it, stir it all around. Now, the reason I put the red pepper in now is that I quite like it, I don't know, it adds an extra bit of freshness, just putting it in like this, not frying it up or not sweating it down like the onions. Whether it does or not, I don't know, but I always think it just adds a bit more of its freshness here. I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but let's see. So, anyway, I digress. Everything is well stirred together. Like so. So it's looking really good. And then we just add our tomatoes. And again, we're just going to stir these around. Like so. The tomatoes in here are going to break down, and yeah, all their juices are going to come out and really add, yeah, just that kind of nice sort of sweetness almost to the flavour. Working with the coconut, I think that works really well. So that's all stirred around there. So move these out of the way. And what we're going to want to do is grab my trusty jug of water, is just add some water here, just so everything is covered. So I've got about 500 millilitres in here, and it's just under that. So everything, you probably can't see that, is just covered. So however big your pan is, your pot, just make sure everything is covered, like so. So we're going to give this a stir around, final stir around, tap like that, and then we're going to bring it up to the boil. Well, let's simmer it away, because after that we're just going to add the lid. We're going to cook it for about an hour. So get this stuff out of the way. We'll bring it up to the boil, get that simmering, then we'll put the lid on and it's good to go. Okay, so this is nicely simmering away. Everything's really well, nice and mixed there. Got it on to the high setting, but now I'm just going to reduce this down to a low heat. Got that on 3, wherever 3 is. Just give this a final stir around, like so. And then put the lid on. And this is going to take about an hour in all, but we'll come back to it in about 45 minutes, check on how it's doing, and maybe make some bread or some rice. Okay, so it's been about 45 minutes now. This has been cooking away at fairly low heat. It is bubbling away, which is looking great. Smelling absolutely fantastic. What I'm going to do now is just take the lid off, keep it on this heat, and just reduce down some of the liquid that's in there. 20 minutes gives me just enough time to get some bread made. As I said, check out my earlier videos how to make some flatbread, because that's exactly what I'm going to be doing here. If you want to make rice, now would be the time to do it. Got 20 minutes, so get that boiling away. So I'm going to let that reduce down, going to make my bread, and then we're going to come back and it should be pretty much ready to go. Okay, so it's really starting to reduce down. It's been about 10 minutes now. Just making some of these soft tacos to go with it. I want it to reduce down a little bit more, so I'm just going to turn it up slightly to number 6, just to get that sauce down just that little bit more, and gives me enough time just to finish off the last few flatbreads, which are looking great, by the way. Okay then, so my bread is done. Big fat stack of soft tacos tonight. Just thought I'd go for those. But any of the flatbreads that I've done in previous videos would be absolutely perfect with this. So yeah, they're all good, and this has really reduced down. It's smelling great. Really happy with that. But one thing that I'm just going to do, slightly controversial here, but I'm going to get my handheld blitzer, and I'm just going to give it a couple of blitzes. Literally 3. Oops. The reason that I'm doing this is just to really thicken that sauce up, and I suppose really bring out, let's get rid of that, a lot more of the flavour. So I've just done that, just given that a stir around, and yeah, that's really nice. I suppose you can really tell, but that is just really nice and thick. So I'm really happy with that. I'm just going to check it for seasoning. The flavour is amazing. But it's just going to need some salt and pepper. So give it a couple of twists of salt, a couple of twists of black pepper, final stir. Okay, let's just give this a check. Absolutely perfect. So this is ready to go. Just going to finish it off now with the second half of the ginger that we cut up at the start. Just put that straight in. It's going to really add a zing to this and really lift it up towards the end. And then finally, the chopped up coriander. Stir this around. Just make sure that the coriander's all covered in there, like so. And that is done. So here we have it. Take that off the heat, and it is ready to be served. I have to say, I was really impressed with this. It tasted absolutely fantastic. Definitely the best vegetarian dish as far as I'm concerned. And here you have it. I am so looking forward to this. I can't wait. Let's just try it first before I get stuck in with the bread. The chickpeas are super tender, full of flavour. I can really taste those spices we added at the start, the coconut, and then you can really taste the ginger and the coriander. It is absolutely perfect, really, really good. Just going to get some bread and get stuck in here with this. The bread is the perfect thing to eat with it, I think. But as I say, rice would be fine. You're going to love making this. Give it a go. See what you think. And I'll see you soon for more Cooking with Tris. Real food for real people. Take care.